Hello, everyone. How are you? Hope you're doing well. This is the frigid winter of 2022 in Miami, Florida. It's gotten down into the high 30s a couple nights ago and in the 40s last night. So I hope you're enjoying this fresh and invigorating weather. I want to talk to you very briefly about how to select a topic for research. So, first of all, identify a topic that interests you. What are you interested in studying? What issues, themes compel your interest? And secondly, then apply the what, when, where, who, why, how test to it, because almost universally, most students tend to pick topics that are way too big. For example, I want to study slavery in Latin America. That's it's a worthy theme or topic, but it's far, far too big for even a PhD dissertation. People could write a series of books on slavery in Latin America, and as a matter of fact, they have written multiple books about it. So you have to say what is slavery, and so you have the what down, but you also need where. Latin America is a little too broad because slavery in Mexico was different than slavery in Brazil. You need who, what specific people, when, what time period. So how about taking slavery in Latin America and reducing it down to more specific focus on how did African slaves in Colombia use their status as baptized Catholics to maneuver themselves and to protect themselves from excessive physical abuse by their owners when in the 17th century. So now we're talking about the colonial period, and there's your research question. You need to make it as concise and brief as possible. Avoid words that you may have to define. But how did African slaves in Colombia use their status as baptized Christians to protect themselves from excessive physical abuse by their owners in the 17th century? So there's a research question. You could turn that into a thesis statement by saying a positive affirmative statement that would uh, lend itself to an argument. African slaves occasionally were able to appeal to the Inquisition, the Spanish Inquisition, in Cartagena for protection from excess physical abuse by their owners. There's your thesis statement. Now, that statement is falsifiable, which means you could prove it wrong. You could look for evidence and say, no, they didn't, were not able to protect themselves. Or you may prove it to be, you may be able to support this statement by looking, and of course, where would you go for information or evidence to make your argument? You would have to go to the records of the Spanish Inquisition in the 17th century and look for cases where Africans or Afro-Colombian slaves are being prosecuted by the Inquisition. In fact, there is an excellent book by a scholar who did exactly that called Ordinary Lives in the Caribbean by Kristen Block. And I'm using it in my Religion in the Caribbean class. So take a big area of interest, slavery in Latin America, or race in Latin America, or gender in Latin America, land reform in Latin America, indigenous rights in Latin America. There's lots of possible topics. Pick a country. What country do you want to look at? In this case, I use Colombia. What time period? In this case, I chose the 17th century because I'm already aware of a study of Inquisition records in the 17th century in Cartagena. Uh, who are we talking about? We're talking about Afro-Colombian slaves residing on the Caribbean coast of Colombia. So you apply the who, what, when, where, why. Why is the significance of the study? Why should anybody care? Why would anybody want to read your research on this? Uh, and you narrow it down very specifically to a specific time and place, specific people, And that way you can then begin to make an argument with and provide evidence, or you may find that you're unable to support the thesis statement. And of course, once you have a thesis statement, you just flip it into a question and ask it as a question. And that's your research question. If you don't have a research question, it's almost guaranteed that your research, your paper will be wandering, vague, uh, unclear, meandering, and you will not be able to make a clear argument and arrive at a clear conclusion. Having a specific, clear research question then points you in the direction of specific research and a specific argument coming to a clear yes or no conclusion. Okay, that's it. That's how you develop a topic for research and develop it into a research question or a thesis statement. Thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Bye.